You're listening to the Quit Your Job in 6 Months podcast with Buck motherfucking Flogging. Listen carefully as Buck lays down a mesmerizing array of knowledge that can help you quit your job in 6 months or less and pursue your dream as a proud owner of a successful internet enterprise. Got a question for Buck? Go to quitin6.com/ask-buck. That's quit, the letter N, the number 6.com/ask-buck. Now get ready to enjoy the show.
Invincible.
Hey boys and girls, it's Buck Flogging, and I'm here again with Cary Richards, and we're talking about some more stuff. He had some exciting things happen and some questions that he wanted to ask, and hey, if he's going to ask some questions, we might as well lay down a little recording so that everybody can get the answers to those questions, and hopefully we can all learn a little bit from it. What's happening, Cary? You had a giveaway that you did, and you had some pretty good results. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I had done one earlier for my Improved Mind publications list, and had some decent success. I got about 2,000 opt-ins on that one, and so I tried it again with an idea that maybe I'd drive some traffic to the Buck Book site, seeing as how you guys are giving away $1 for every opt-in. So I figured I'd give away a Kindle Paperwhite and the 5 free books. Mention that there were the 5 free books available on Buck Books just for signing up. And all I did was promoted on one of the sweepstakes sites, and I was shocked and amazed at the amount of opt-ins I got.
Which one was that you submitted it to?
It's called Giveaway Promote.
Okay.
And here's what happened too. It was kind of interesting. This is one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Is for the first, on Giveaway Promote, they I think they charge $8 or something like that for a
yeah, that sounds right.
A promotion, I forget what they call it, featured promotion kind of a thing, right? And so I spent a couple of bucks. I think I spent $20 on the site, and signed up for 2 weeks. And so for those first 2 weeks, I was getting, probably in the area of 700 to 800 opt-ins a day.
That's awesome.
And I was going, oh my God. I figured I'm going to end up with, and the promotion was, or the contest was for like 3.5 weeks. I figured I'm going to have 20,000 opt-ins by the time this thing is done. Well, that first 2-week promotion ended, and I figured, okay, I'll just sign up again. And so I did. And the second promotion that I've done with them hasn't been anywhere near as good. I don't know why that is exactly, but I'll still end up with, I figure I'll end up with about 11,500 opt-ins, something like that.
That's really great. And these are actually confirmed opt-ins in your email, your webmail service provider. Is that correct?
Well, not exactly. What it is that it goes with, I don't know if you're familiar with King Sumo.
Yeah. Is
right?
that what you're using?
Yes. So they go into the King Sumo, storage area, however you want to say that. And then and that's again one of the questions is how to, it's like, now what do I do? Right? Because I got to get them onto some opted in or some confirmed list, right? Because they're just sort of cold traffic as it sits, right?
Right.
And so, the question is how exactly, what do I do with them now? I'm going to have about 11,500 email addresses, but now I got to develop some sort of a relationship with them and do something with them so that, I'm sure we're going to lose some, but how to, what's the best way of capturing them and turning them into a viable, lead that I can do something with.
Sure. Well, just as a summary for everybody, I focus a lot on revenue per subscriber and how do you get some decent money out of your subscribers. And once you get that figured out and you create some good fundamentals with which to achieve a decent revenue per subscriber, then obviously the next thing you do is go out and figure out how to get some subscribers. And offering some kind of giveaway is one decent method. It's not the only method and it has some flaws to it, but it is one method of going out and getting some email subscribers. Now, the problem with giveaways is that it's really hard to pair up what the giveaway is with the content that you offer. Right.
Right. You got to have it be relevant in some way, right?
Right. If you give away a Kindle Paperwhite and you write books about, change your mindset and declutter your space or whatever, very small percentage of the people are actually going to engage with you. They're probably going to be like, oh, I didn't win, and then unsubscribe. So the quality of those subscribers is highly variable. Yeah. And with a giveaway, they're notoriously poor compared to getting subscribers with other mechanisms. But it's the easiest way to get email subscribers. And it's pretty inexpensive as well. I mean, like you said, you gave away a Kindle Paperwhite and you got all these people to enter. Now, let me give you a little dose of reality. One is that if you did a King Sumo giveaway and you just let her rip, what probably happened is and you'll see this when you start to try to get some usefulness out of this list. Right. You'll see that a lot of those are just repeat entries by the same person.
Oh, really?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's, King Sumo has a huge problem with that. And if you go to the Epic Wins site that we have, which is epicwins.us,
right.
The giveaway we're hosting is /giveaways/million, a little clunky to migrate there from the homepage. But you'll see that we have a lot of ways to block people from actually entering their email address, that we block out the bots and the things that people do to try to cheat their way to winning the contest. So you'll probably see that you don't have you're probably crapping your pants because you think you have 11,500 real quality subscribers, but get ready for a little reality check when you go to try to migrate those people over to an actual Aweber list or something like that.
Again, so I sort of noticed it with that first one was that, I definitely got some, but I definitely got a lot of unsubscribes as well when I tried to do something with them.
Yeah. When you did your giveaway, did you notice? Do you think people were sharing it, sharing their lucky URL so that they could get extra entries into your giveaway? Did you notice that it was pretty self-sustaining, or was it not?
Well, and that's another thing that's interesting because, in fact, let me get it up here real quick. The first one I did, it seemed like I had less subscribers, but I had way more. So here's right here. So the first one I did, I got 1,718 subscribers, so 1,700 subscribers basically, and I had 13,978 entries, right? So those people were sharing it and getting additional entries. So on this latest one with the Buck books, I've got 10,996 contestants and 26,314 entries. So I've got, proportionally, I've got way less multiple entries from the second one.
Well, that means that one was actually getting shared quite well.
Yeah.
If most of them are not individual entries, but they are referrals, then that means you've created a contest or a giveaway that has some virality to it, which is a good sign. But of course, what people can do, and I'm sure you'll find this, I hope that you don't, but I have suspect that you will, you'll find that somebody will create an email and then they will use that lucky URL and then we'll start generating all these repetitive email addresses, and then they get credit for 3 entries every time that they get one of those referrals, and they'll just sit there and put a bot in there and just get them submitting email address after email address, all under the same lucky URL.
Way too much time on their hands, in other words.
Yeah, way too much time on their hands, and it's ridiculous because nobody would ever award a winner like that because it's really easy to go in and actually see what people have done. It's really easy to spot the repetitive themes, like it'll all be like, Bob123 at yahoo.com, Bob124 at yahoo.com,
Right.
Bob127. It gets really ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we put a caption in place and all that. And we set it up to where we automatically get people to subscribe to our AWeber list and with our epic wins. And we know for a fact that we have some valid email subscribers.
So what you're doing is having them go directly from King Sumo right into your AWeber list.
Right. They go directly from King Sumo into the AWeber list. And they're also instructed that they will be not eligible to win unless they have confirmed a subscription and they are on the AWeber list. So when we pick the winner, we can cross-reference it with our CSV file that's built in AWeber to make sure that name is also, that email address is also an active subscriber. And if they aren't, then we'll throw them out. So, we really know that's what I'm saying. And, you got to make sure that you're getting real quality subscribers. These are some of the steps that we've taken to ensure that.
Right. Well, and you'd have to with that kind of a giveaway.
Yeah, and let's
people coming out of the woodwork at you.
Yeah, and let's talk about it since we're on the subject of giveaways, and I know that you're interested in how I set that up and how I was able to do that.
Exactly.
The way the giveaway is set up, if you read the rules, we put a minimum prize together of $25,000, which was a pretty scary amount. $25,000 is a lot, but in the rules, the winner of the amount gets paid out over 10 years, monthly payments. So the monthly payments, if you win the minimum prize, is a little over $200 a month. And we, as collectively as constellation, a galaxy of businesses that we have, we can absorb that cost. So we're protected if it's an epic fail instead of an epic win. We're fairly well protected against that. Now we're hoping that it'll blow up huge, as these giveaways sometimes do.
Right.
And if so, and we get our minimum quota of 1 million subscribers, then the winnings are actually $1 million, and we start owing $8,333 a month for 10 years. And that sounds like a crazy amount, but how it works is basically like this. Let's say I wanted to get 1 million subscribers. If I wanted to get 1 million subscribers and I knew I could get them for $1, and I had $1 million just sitting around, I would have no problem spending $1 million to get 1 million subscribers. I would exchange $1 million for 1 million subscribers any day of the week, because I know with all the things that we do and the way that they intertwine, that I can make a lot more than $1 off of that subscriber.
Probably double that with those subscribers.
Right. And the problem, of course, is that I don't have $1 million sitting around in my hand. So the way this works is that the hope was that we would get 1 million subscribers, and that we would then start making monthly payments to pay off those. So instead of paying $1 million for 1 million subscribers, I start making monthly payments of $8,300. Now, this is how it would work. If we got 1 million subscribers, I know that I could make at least $100,000 or more per month coming out of the gate off of 1 million subscribers. I mean, 10 cents per email subscriber. I feel very confident that I can do that with the experience that I have and the ways that we can achieve that. So that's nothing really. So I start making $100,000 a month and paying $8,333. Well, that sounds pretty sweet to me. So that's how we set it up. We're very well protected. It's only July the 3rd, so we're in the 3rd day. It's not taking off virally, but the numbers are such that they're not too far away from crossing over into sustainable logarithmic growth territory.
Right.
Right now, we gave it its initial promotion, and every day it gets a little bit less traffic than it did the day before. But if we could turn that around, and we get people sharing it eagerly enough, and people opting in eagerly enough to where it's growing every day, then that's a totally different story. But again, the minimum prize is $25,000, which the winner is going to get a little over $200 a month. We've already gotten over 2,000 subscribers in the first 60 hours, roughly.
Right.
And it looks, and that obviously that pace is going to pick up throughout the course of the month as that deadline of July 31st grows near. And we expect, what do we have on July 29th? We'll probably have at least 2 to 3 times that on August 1st, because at the very end, it's going to be pretty exciting, I think. At least I think that's how it'll go. And I can send these people emails and say, hey, get out there and share it and blah, 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 and really encourage them to do that.
Have you done much, other than sharing to your lists, have you done much promotion on it, or what have you done on that?
Well, that was another question, and this is the loophole that we created that I believe can make Epic Wins much higher class sweepstakes type of site than anything else that's come before it. Uh-huh. And what enables us to do that, because I say, right there, hey, you're not going to get any promotions while you're subscribed to this list. And that's absolutely true. The only thing that the Epic Wins subscribers will ever hear about from the Epic Wins emails, they're only going to hear about free stuff. And I could probably drop a free course, a free Kindle book. I could, here and there and get some affiliate commission. I could send people over, let's say, for example, to Chandler Bolt and James Roper's. They have this Self-Publishing Success Summit that's going on right now.
Yep.
It's totally free to register. So I could say, hey, this is, if you were thinking about becoming an author, go check this out. It's absolutely free. I use an affiliate link, and all the stuff that they sell on the back end, after getting people all excited about self-publishing with this summit they put together, and those guys are really, really good at getting great revenue per subscriber. I make a ton of money in affiliate commission off of that. And they have bonuses going on right now. In fact, whoever sends over the most people to register for the event gets a $2,000 cash prize.
Wow.
So there's plenty of ways to make money promoting free stuff, and we probably will sneak in a few free things. And what we wanted to do is use it, the main reason and the main strategy here is that we would use it as a launch platform for other giveaways. So what we're trying to attract with the Epic Wins list, the problem with giveaways is that it's not a good fit for what you're going to be promoting to them. But what we're trying to do is get people who are absolutely madly in love with giveaways. They love them. They're all about giveaways and sweepstakes. They have no problem entering their email address for a chance to win something. They get off on that. They like it because not everybody is interested in that. I've never done that. I've never given my email address for a chance to win anything before. And neither is my dad, and neither is my girlfriend. Half or more of the people I've talked to have never even done that once for anything, because everybody knows you're going to get spam bombed by something you probably don't want. If you do that, and your chances of winning are, low, and usually there's a lot of sort of scammery built into the structure of it. For example, another $1 million giveaway out there, the person who wins gets a chance to play a game, and they have a 1 in 250 chance of winning $1 million when they play that game. So if you win, you're winning only a 1 in 250 shot at winning, which means that they're not paying anybody a penny and getting all these people, and they're promoting car insurance quotes and just, low bottom of the barrel kind of crap that I have no interest in promoting, and that just drives people nuts. Yeah. So we hope to do Buck Books giveaways, and then we launch the Buck Books giveaway, and we have all these subscribers that are used to using the King Sumo plugin. They know what to do with their lucky URL. They get it. They've done several others. And we feel like we can count on these people to go out there and get us a bunch of subscribers for Buck Books. And then we do one for Course Cowboy. And then we do one for Quittin' Six. And then we do one for my girlfriend's site, Andy Candy, and so on and so forth. We also want to be able to use Epic Wins to launch giveaways for the Quittin' Six people. So it can be a place where, let's say we have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You put together a giveaway for something that's pretty cool. I don't know, a new MacBook or something like that. And we launch that giveaway, and we get tens of thousands of people to sign in, and they know the drill, and they get out there and start sharing it, and they blow it up for you, and boom, you got 100,000 plus email subscribers, and you're definitely able to quit your job in 6 months or less if that happens.
Right.
So anyway, that's the whole game plan behind everything that we're doing, and that's the idea that I had and that we've managed to put together. Now, if somebody enters a Buck Books giveaway, they're opting into the Buck Books email list, so they will start getting the daily emails. Same thing with Course Cowboy.
Yes.
So people will be getting promotions if they enter other giveaways that we're promoting that aren't hosted on Epic Wins. The ones that are hosted on Epic Wins specifically, they just hear about more free stuff and giveaways, so no big deal. So that's the story. What else? There was something else you wanted to ask me about.
I got several things. So yeah, just real quick. I mean, that's the kind of idea that I had about this one. This latest giveaway that I was doing. Is I got all these names, and they're not necessarily confirmed, but I should end up with a decent amount of emails. And I thought about, doing something like you were just talking about, like using it to promote other free stuff like that summit that you were talking about.
Absolutely.
That you could then, get an affiliate commission on the back end of whatever else they're doing, right? So, and maybe try and just go ahead and grow this list as a giveaway list. Right.
Yeah, I mean that's people are always wondering, like, well, if I get a list, what can I promote? Man, if you get a list, you'll be amazed at how many things you find to promote. And once you start to learn about the type of things that you could promote and how you promote, and you start generating some ideas, one idea for what you can promote leads to two others, and those two ideas lead to four others. I mean, it's just, there's no end to what you can promote. It's endless. There are hundreds of thousands of websites out there with an affiliate program, and more people are leaning towards, instead of sending people to a high-pressured sales page, which is becoming less and less effective,
yep,
they're now sending people over to a website to get some free stuff, and then after they've gotten some free stuff and they've gotten on their email list, then they start selling them their various products after they've gone through that relationship building process. And then the affiliate who sent over that email subscriber to get that awesome free thing that they had gets commission for that. And more people are doing that. That will be the trend. So getting subscribers on a list, and you can promote all different kinds of free stuff to them. Of course, there's the power to segment lists as well. So, for example, I had the idea, well, hey, man, if we get all these people into Epic Wins, we could launch a giveaway that's tailored to something very specific, and we would have a completely separate list that we built, and we could just email that list with offers that pertain to that.
Yeah, and you're going to lose some, but there's a certain number that will opt into that, and then you can continue, whatever's relevant to whatever they opted into, you can continue to develop that relationship with them.
Exactly. You could give them a lifetime gym membership, or something great. I really like the ones that have that are recurring, and where you don't have to pay somebody out a huge lump sum all at one time, because that's really tough to swallow.
Right.
Also, if the prize is over $5,000, you have to in order for residents of New York and Florida to be eligible, you have to post this bond and you go through a little bit of red tape in order to establish that. So if you read the giveaway rules with the Epic Wins giveaway, you'll see New York and Florida residents are not eligible. But we hope to fix that in the future when we have more cash set up and we get to see the effectiveness of it. And if it seems, like it's going to be our bread and butter for getting subscribers into all these websites that we have, then we'll start going that extra mile to make sure that all of our giveaways are okay for New York and Florida residents.
Sure.
But again, it just relevant offers again and again. And like I said, you'll be able to get an affiliate link to promote more and more free stuff. And by the time they actually spend money weeks later, they won't really think, oh, that guy was just trying to sell me something.
Yeah, they forgot how they even got on the list.
Yeah, how did I even find this?
But hey, that's pretty cool. I think I'll buy it, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. I think it's awesome. Again, that's just how Buck Books and Course Cowboy works. I send them over to get stuff for really cheap, and then if they spend more money on other things, then I get a commission on that as well, not just the discount item that I told them about.
Yep.
And that's what makes these businesses pretty stellar. Course Cowboy is off to an incredible start.
Is it? I bet.
Yeah, which is killer. Who knew? I mean, I knew that it would be better because we're not limited to just 99-cent books.
Yep.
But wow, what a difference it makes to promote $10 courses that are normally priced at $300 as opposed to a 99-cent ebook that's usually $2.99. It's a world of difference, and I can tell already that it's going to be much more successful than Buck Books.
Well, that's what I'm doing this
no
weekend.
slouch.
Is working on my my decluttering Udemy course.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's great. I think Udemy is a great place to be. I think it makes it very easy for a lot of affiliates to sign up and promote your course. But there are also some advantages to hosting it on your own site as well.
That was one of my questions. I mean, what I thought doing, would be the best to do would be to, because it's my first one anyway, go ahead and put it together, throw it on Udemy, see how it goes, get it on Course Cowboy, see how that works. And then, for the next one, or maybe even that one, you can take it back off Udemy and promote it yourself if you want to. You know what I mean? But just use Udemy to start with and see where I get.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really tough call. And I wish I had more experience with a course on Udemy, because I really don't. Because I don't know what hosting a course on Udemy will do for you compared to hosting it on your website. Now, if you host it on your website, nobody's going to find it and nobody's going to buy it unless you're driving traffic and you have a mechanism to drive traffic back to your site or get email leads, right? Yeah. So you need affiliates to do that for you. You need to write the strategy we were talking about last time with a perma-free book, and that's getting you 10 to 15 emails, opt-ins a day because you put that out there. That's another mechanism you could do. Now you're getting into giveaways and you're starting to build some subscribers through giveaways. You're doing and taking all these actions, I believe, to get people back to your site and build a great email list or several separate email lists that you can use to sell a lot more than just your e-course. You could sell your e-course to them after they subscribe, but then you have your books that you've already written, the books that you haven't written yet, and they'll help you launch that. You have other courses you could do. You could do coaching that you could do, and you could promote other affiliate offers. And you can get all that out of an email subscriber that you get on your site, but you can't get all that out of a Udemy course. But the difference, it's just like with, should I sell my book on Amazon or my own website? It's a very difficult question, and the answer to that is really, really tough. I mean, it's a coin toss, because if you put your book on Amazon and it does well, then all these people browsing around on Amazon are going to find your book that wouldn't have found it because they wouldn't have come back to your website. Same with Udemy. If your course is on Udemy and you do really well, you get email subscribers and they go over there and purchase your Udemy course, that's going to help the performance of your Udemy course on Udemy.
Yes.
So, and people are there.
What I understand is that you get paid more if you bring the traffic. But they're also going to promote it, and it's very similar to Amazon in that way, where if it's doing well, then they'll promote it more, and you just have to build it up.
Yeah, it's sort of, I think their ranking system, it's not a true ranking system, but I believe it's mostly based on how many students are enrolled in your class. The more that you have, the higher it shows up when people search categories or type in something.
Yep.
So it's a tough call. I really don't have the answer to that. It seems awfully easy to put a course on Udemy, as opposed to doing it on your own website, creating an affiliate program, going out trying to find affiliates to sell it for you. But I know that if you had to pick between hosting it on your site and putting on Udemy, and your only job in life is to make that a success, I would think you're probably going to do better putting it on your own website.
Right.
And like I said, you could even put it for free, and that could be this incredible lead generator that you have to build a huge list, and your affiliates can go over there and promote it for free, and then you can upsell them to a more advanced course that you create, and coaching and workbooks and who knows what else that you might be able to put together to sell to them. I don't know. It's a really tough call, but that's kind of what we're talking about. People need to know all the options and figure out what's the best fit for them. But you know.
And so again, I mean, I think what I've decided to do is go ahead and just put it up on Udemy to begin with, and kind of see where I get, and a month or two in, see what it's doing, and kind of make the decision to see if I don't know, maybe make another one and put it on my site and try and promote it myself and see what the difference is. I don't know.
Well, there's so many different options. So, for example, if you look at books on Amazon, if you put a book over on Amazon and it does well, and then it runs its course, and it's not generating any more sales, well, it's not like you're locked into that for life.
Right.
You could make it perma-free, and you could use it as a lead generator. You could take it off of Amazon and sell it elsewhere. You could unenroll it from KDP Select and start selling it at other vendors.
Yep. You're
not locked into that for life. And Amazon to me is like, you make your money in the first few months with a book, and then it's the usefulness of that book is really declined.
By the
way, then you kind of have to figure out what to do with it.
Where they changed the KOL, the Kindle Unlimited borrow situation?
Yes, I don't know what those page reads are going to. I don't know the equivalent in dollars and cents yet. Nobody does. So
I don't know if I'm figuring it out right, but the way I figured it, from the calculation that they had on there, which is it's something like they said they're going to give $11 million in July. And then you divide or you times that by the number of page views, and then divide it by 100 million, and that's supposed to give you your, what you get paid. And
so they did give an estimator for it?
Yes, they did. And using that calculation, I tallied up what I sold in June, what I gave, what got borrowed on the KOL program. From my books in June, I would have gotten paid over $3,000 from just the borrow.
That's not too shabby. Yeah,
it's like wow. I mean, that's like over 3 times what I got paid on the from that program before.
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm doing it right, I guess.
Yeah, I think it is going to help quality authors out, because the better the book, the more pages are read, and the fatter the share that they're going to get of that total tally of pages read.
I think that's exactly why they did it. Is that the crappy ones will drop to the bottom, and the ones that are getting read will rise to the top and get paid more. So the crappy ones won't get paid anything, and the ones that are good will get paid more.
Every single site, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, etc., they're all trying to find ways to suppress the garbage.
Yep.
To take out the trash, so to speak, without, in innovative ways, without having to spend their time trying to police users and put out spot fires, and doing it with an algorithm instead that works automatically. And they're pretty nifty, and of course scammers are always trying to beat the system, and it's always a cat and mouse game. But
always the game they play, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think this is smart, and I'm not concerned. I know that Amazon wants their people to be exclusive to Amazon when they publish their ebooks. And they're extremely vested in that. And I know that whatever they do is always, they're going to try to make it favorable for authors to publish exclusively with them. And if it turns out that people are not really liking it and they're losing KDP Select publishers, hey, they're probably going to make some changes to try to make it better. And hopefully this is what that is. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So, in regards to affiliate offers. So I've got this Improve Mind list that I've got going, and I've got almost 800 people on it that are good, solid, I think, good, solid, opted in. Confirmed emails. And so what I've done is over the last couple of weeks, I've sent out a couple of just, trying to build a relationship, newsy, helpful, here's a blog post that I thought was good, and, here's a video that I thought you guys might like, that kind of thing. And the last one I sent here on Wednesday, was dismal. I didn't get very many, opens.
Talk specifics about opens and clicks. That's very meaningful to me. So
yeah, okay. Let me get over there here. I get over to Aweber. Here we are, right here. So I got the list has the list that I sent to had 760 subscribers on it. I got 186 opens and 7 clicks on the. It was just a relevant blog post that I had attached.
So you got about a 10% click-through rate.
Something like that, yeah. But here's the thing. I also got 24 unsubscribes and 2 complaints.
That's always
like, what am I?
That always
it was a very benign, very sort of, hey, how you doing? Check out this blog post. See you later. It's not like I'm trying to shove anything down our throats. And I got 2 complaints on the thing. So so my question on that, I guess my basic question is, what I was planning to do is next Wednesday is send them my first sort of affiliate offer. Do you think I should wait a while? And am I hitting the thing too often, or what do you think is the best strategy on that?
Well, I do like emailing people fairly frequently. I think when people find a person on the internet, their enthusiasm and eagerness to see what kind of gems that person holds, they're excited, and that excitement is not eternal. It's not going to last forever. I don't read the same people on the internet that I was reading 6 years ago.
Right.
I read them for a while, and then I found somebody else, and I started reading their stuff, and then I found somebody else. People bounce, and they keep jumping, and that's just the way of it. And you'll drive yourself crazy if you try to keep people engaged and on your list and into you and in your stuff forever, because they're just not going to be.
Top of that funnel is what you're saying.
Yeah, and also, if you really look at the numbers and look at, real fundamentals of your business, you don't want to take your time in getting some revenue out of your subscribers either, because, that's pot calling the kettle black, because I'm not making anything off the quitting 6 subscribers until I launch, some kind of course on down the line, which is not coming for quite a while. So, I'm getting all these subscribers, but I'm not really making much revenue at all. I'll make some, but
each list has its own life, I would imagine.
Right. And Buck Books, for example, I know that I just send them an email every day, and yes, they get tired, and yes, they get fatigued, and yes, they stop opening their emails, and yes, we get a lot of unsubscribes, but we still manage to get an average of, around $4 to $5 of revenue out of them on average before they tune us out.
Okay.
And that's enough to make a successful business out of. I wish it was more.
Right.
But if I was being really delicate and trying to massage them and slowly get them into it, and I send them, a couple emails a week with some book deals, they probably still get fatigued. They probably still stop paying attention or unsubscribe after a set amount of time, and I might only get $2 out of them, and then I'd be screwed, because you can't. It's really hard to build a successful business if you're not getting at least $5 per subscriber in revenue is about the minimum. And the faster you can collect that, the faster you can recycle that revenue back into an advertising campaign, an affiliate program, hiring an assistant, and so forth. So it's nice to get it in the shortest window as possible. So I don't know. To me, here's what I'm hearing. I haven't read the emails that you sent out. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I think one of the concerns I have just hearing the sound of your voice and the way that you're doing it, I'm worried that you're not being bold and strong enough in how you are communicating.
I was purposely trying not to be that way. I've been, from the stuff that I've read, I guess, I'm trying to be, very careful with them and develop a relationship before I really hit them with anything,
Right. And I to me, it's more of like trying to make a bold first impression. The worst thing you can do with your subscribers is bore them.
Right.
I really feel very passionate about that because I've never been boring, and a lot of people don't like me. I've had a lot of people unsubscribe and tell me that I'm a jerk, but man, oh man, do I have a loyal herd of people that follow me around everywhere I go.
There's a certain number.
And oh yeah, and it's been so great. I was just talking to my girlfriend, aka Mrs. Flogging, last night, and I was talking to her, and I was like, it's so cool that I, used all this foul language and locker room humor and all the stuff that I've done for Quitting Sick so far, because all the people who are communicating with me, they're just so cool. They get me, and the questions that they're submitting are fun. They're lively. They're making up fake sexual sounding names for themselves. We're having a blast. Right. And it's really great to just create that and have some fun. So I get all these reviews of people telling me that it's too crass for them and so on and so forth. And then I get all these people who really like me and they get my sense of humor. And I told one person who wrote me, she said, I'm on a beach in Brazil right now or something like that. And I was like, send me some bikini pics, right? Because Buck Flogging can get away with this, low-grade sexual harassment because it's sort of woven into his fake personality. And she sends back a picture of a kind of, troll-like looking woman who was walking around selling bikinis on the beach. And I about fell out of my chair. I laughed so hard. So
that's awesome.
Anyway, it's fun, but I think you can be bold and loud. You can be opinionated. A lot of people will unsubscribe and be like, well, that guy was a jerk, or that guy doesn't believe what I believe. But at least you'll get a decent percentage of the people's attention.
Right.
And if you get their attention, then they're like, they're paying attention. They're opening your email. They're
stand out from the crowd, and the people that don't like you, then, see you later. But the people who do, then you've got them.
Hey, that's what it's all about. It's all about creating strong relationships, and the internet is all a game of who can get people's attention.
Right.
Everybody's clamoring for people's attention, and it's really hard to get people's attention with sort of polite, soft-spoken, sending out a broadcast that's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, by the way, I wrote this blog post. I think it would be better to just go on a rant, telling them, about how you feel about something, or really, like, it doesn't have to be a rant. You don't have to be a negative type of person, but at least show them that you're communicating openly and honestly.
Yep.
Just like you would communicate with a friend who's over at your house. You're not going to be somebody you've known for 20 years. You're not going to sit there and, oh, how was the weather? And would it be okay if I got up and grabbed a beer? It's not like that. You use foul language and you laugh and make jokes and, you're emotional and you yell at each other, and that's how you treat people that you know really well.
Yep.
It's a vibrant, dynamic communication. And if you can do that, then it makes you actually appear more trustworthy because people aren't thinking, well, this guy's just trying to schmooze me.
Right.
They will never think that if you come out there and say, hey, what's with all this stupid nonsense about this? Or if you make my tactics are always to make silly, crude jokes, which I know a lot of people are like, ugh. But at the same time, a lot of people are like, it just makes a lot of people feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
This guy's a real person, and I'm connecting to a person.
Bar with their buddy or whatever.
Yeah, nobody wants that anonymous commercial solicitation from Target. And I mean, Who reads emails that come to them from Target? It's just boring. But they read emails that come from a real dynamic person where you want to read it because you want to see what's in there. It could be useful information. It could be some bold statement that makes you go, wow, that's controversial. It could be, a funny joke. I love weaving humor into every few pages so that people, they can't wait to see what I'm going to surprise them with next. So anyway, just in your general communication, I think you should be the real you, the Cary David Richards that you are in private, the vulnerable person, the opinionated person. I know that everybody I've ever met in my life is like that with people that they know and trust.
Yes.
So I think it's important to be that. When you're communicating with people on the internet, especially strangers who just subscribed because of some giveaway. They don't know you or anything about you. And the more you can hit them with something that they can't forget by putting yourself out there in a way that's vulnerable or being just anything, like I said, it's an attention game. So you have to be
at least
something
have a strong
that gets so much
opinion about
attention.
something, or come out with some information that's gonna raise our eyebrows or something.
Right, or you could just hit them with something very inspired and passionate. You can tell them a personal story that reveals a lot of details about you and yourself, or you could just talk about some tragic mistake that you made. And I mean, there's just so many ways of communicating, but the key is that authenticity that I keep pounding again and again and again and again.
Yep.
You do want to be authentic. And it is authentic to be your true, genuine, private persona. Who people are in private is who they really are. People in public is who they are trying to pretend to be.
Yes.
And on the internet, people are more honest than they've ever been. And it makes a lot of people uncomfortable because you wouldn't go up to a person in public and tell them that they're an idiot. But you would definitely talk about them in private and say that how they think is stupid. And when you get on Facebook or in some comments or somewhere, people are going to call people on their shit, and that's okay. I think it's a good thing, and
right.
But it's good to be loud, bold, proud, and you don't have to be a jerk like me or crude, but you need to be strong and display that strong boldness in some form or fashion that's authentic to you.
Okay. Well, I think so that's what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit them next Wednesday with a kind of a personalized, opinionated email and saying, by the way, here's this offer.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Go to the site when we get done. I want you to go to a site called Meh.
What is it?
It's Meh, MEH.com.
M as in Mary?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, meh is like the expression of mediocrity, right? Meh. It's meh.com. And it's the former creator of Woot.com, and he used to do all these really creative sales, like non-sales pitches for products, and people loved it, and he was very effective at selling things by not selling them. When you go to promote affiliate products, you need some kind of way to diffuse the sales process, I think.
Right.
Because you could tell them that it's the greatest thing in the world, and you would probably sell more by overhyping it and be sounding like a religious zealot over whatever affiliate program or product it is. But you're going to lose some long-term relationship formation with them by being too salesman-like.
Right.
I always like to diffuse the sales process. So I'll be in the middle of what sounds like a pitch, and then I will say something completely off the wall and silly to remind them that I'm me still. I haven't changed to become another person. I haven't gone into sales pitch mode. It's still the silly old perverted Buck that you know.
Right.
But there's other ways and tactics for doing that. But this guy at meh.com, he's masterful. He sells the pants off of stuff, and with no effort. He's not saying anything positive per se about it. A lot of times he'll make fun of the product that he's offering for the day, and then he sells out and sells like $40,000 worth of it. So people love radical honesty. Make sure you're displaying radical honesty. The best thing you can do is underhype the affiliate product, and that will also give you the kind of endurance and the relationship you have with that person, endurance and trust. Because if you tell them what's wrong with it,
right,
and how, and you point out the flaws, but then you've acknowledged the flaws, and now you're going to talk about the positive sides. Well, that seems a lot more trustworthy than saying nothing but rah, 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 yay, 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 this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Exactly.
Especially if it's not the best thing since sliced bread, because if you fool them once with that overzealous promotion, when you go to do a sales pitch the second time, they're not going to believe you.
Yeah, it's really going to be meh.
Yeah, they're going to be meh about you, exactly. And if you're meh about the product, they're going to trust you, and if you're sound like a cheerleader, they're going to become skeptical, and if they actually follow through and buy it, that better be the best damn thing they've ever bought if you told them it was.
Right.
And even if it is, a lot of people aren't going to think it is, and they're going to be pissed at you for, telling them to buy something that they ended up not really liking. So I'm really protective about that. I think it's important. Don't go into a completely different mode. Don't use a different tone. I can already hear you being uncomfortable about, okay, well now, it's got this, like your heart's fluttering. Okay, now I'm going to try an affiliate offer and see how it goes. You need to be comfortable, casual, talk like you always do. Say some good things about it, and then, but you don't have to overhype it, and work some kind of diffuser in there to keep it real and keep it down to earth.
Okay, awesome.
All right, man. Well, I got another recording coming up right after this one, so I'm going to let you go.
Cool.
But,
well, thanks very much. I appreciate it. And I've got some really good info here today. So.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody else listening got something out of it as well. I know we dabbled into a few obscure topics where you probably didn't know exactly what we were talking about, KOL units and whatnot. But yeah, I think overall, good information, and I'm really glad that you're following through on these things. You've got a course that you're putting together that you're going to put on Udemy, and you're talking about, you're doing giveaways, you're building that list, you're taking action. I have no doubt that you will be exactly where you want to be in a very short period of time, and it's really refreshing to hear that you're getting after it. So, awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, Cary. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thanks very much. Talk to you.
All right.
That's all for today's episode, but you can go back and get 4 free books plus an unfathomable shitload of free resources and insider information at quittin6.com. Go register there now at quit, the letter N, and the number 6.com.